the studios of Turnstile Records. Join us for another exciting installment of The Escape Pod. In an infinite universe of mindless podcasting, only one will reign supreme. And then there's this one.
The Escape Pod.
And it's nice to be here. And all three of us are here.
Yes.
And I think we should introduce ourselves. This is Roonie.
I'm Jezbot.
I'm Timmy Taco.
The three horsemen of the apocalypse. We have a fourth, but he's having lunch.
Yes, he's out to lunch. What are we doing?
We're doing a podcast.
We're doing a podcast because I have a home studio,
And
and I had 3 microphones.
And lots to talk about.
And too much time on our hands.
Well, yeah, and we're trying to create something from nothing, really. Wouldn't you say?
I would definitely say that.
Yeah.
Are we trying to get away from our families?
And this was the best way.
It's working.
We're recording.
Yeah.
Stay out.
Yeah. Don't turn on the light. Don't come in.
Don't do it.
What are you doing in there? Turn on the light. Yes, but here we are, and I'm
Should be fun.
Just looking
Should
at
be
levels. Every levels are right.
I hope we sound all right.
I think we sound pretty good. And what have we got? Like first
cab off the rank.
Well,
yeah.
I've been dying to talk to you guys about films, movies, stuff that's coming, stuff that I know's coming, but I don't know much about. Suicide Squad. You guys heard about that film?
It is the comic, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
the
have
film of the
not.
comic, so it's a DC line, and it's the Batman world.
Yeah, see the DC they haven't.
And I wanted to ask you, Joker Poker, who's your favourite Joker, actor-wise?
actor-wise.
Is it Heath because of the homeboy
No.
factor? The local boy. Oh, right, a local
what's
boy.
his name? Vincent Price.
I like the guy that
Vincent
No,
did.
he was
Price?
Egghead, wasn't he? In the '60s Batman.
I don't know.
I like the Joker. I don't know
I
his
like
name.
the fact that Vincent Price was in the Batman series.
Who's that guy?
Yeah.
Who's the guy in the Batman '60s with the moustache?
That's what I was going to say. The
Get
guy.
him,
I like
Scouts.
the guy that was so arrogant. He's like, I'm not shaving my moustache for this.
no.
Just put white makeup over it, and I'll never notice.
Yeah,
Stupid
just
kids.
cake it on, bit more white makeup.
Brilliant.
Stupid kids.
But the DC movies haven't had much history, and haven't had much good history of DC movies.
Oh, look, I'm assuming it'll be like the Hall of Justice. It'll suckety suck. Like, you remember the Super Friends?
Yeah.
It wasn't a great cartoon, putting Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman together, but I watched it.
Meanwhile, in the Justice of what is it? In the Hall of Justice.
The Wonder Twins were getting up to no good.
Yeah.
Form of a washcloth.
Form of a wet washcloth.
You're my sister.
But they are doing a Justice League movie, aren't they?
They are. They were meant to do one in Australia with Megan Gale as Wonder Woman, and it got
right.
really close to being done, and then didn't happen.
They realised she couldn't act.
But
But that doesn't really matter with
she's
these
the reason
movies.
they didn't go ahead with it.
CGI movies, it doesn't really matter if you can't act, does it?
It
No.
shouldn't. It shouldn't be an obstacle to getting the thing made.
Look, just put that costume on and look, you'll sell some tickets.
Yeah, you'll sell some tickets.
Yeah.
You can look up on the internet.
What's this? What's this
movies
internet?
without,
What's this internet thing? Which
Movies
you speak?
without the graphics in it. I think you can look up Garfield without Garfield in it.
Wow.
So like the
What's it
actors
like
act
as a
into
movie?
nothing.
Without
That's
the
horrible.
CGI?
That's horrible.
I was gonna say,
But
with them it's not
always interesting to see.
I saw one with the Wolverine, Hugh Jackman,
Oh, that's right.
and it didn't have all the graphics finished yet, and it was just
and it came out, and
just
it was
jumping around.
Ooh.
And then he
It's not like a making of Star Wars where you can watch it and go, oh, wow, scene missing, but that's kind of rad because there's extra bits or there's thematically story that didn't end up in the final cut.
And you bought Star Wars up, and I was at the cinema the other day because I was going to buy Ads Gold Class Cinema tickets.
Oh God!
And I went up there, and it was like, I think it was something like $87 for 2 tickets for one movie.
Oh, what did you end up saying for that
I
price?
did no.
It's sort
So
of like
he-
take you out the back and
so-
suck your dick prices.
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it?
I'd hope so.
Vanessa and I had the discussion. We both conversed over the fact that Adam wasn't worth that.
Yeah.
So, but we've gone in there to buy the tickets.
Sorry,
somebody
somebody wanted you to come to the cinema with them.
No. I was going to get that for Ads for his 40th.
Oh, that's a nice enough present.
Yeah, but I didn't do it because it was too expensive. But we went in there and they had a Force Awakens poster in there.
Oh,
I was like, coming soon.
I want that sucker.
Are they going to do just a little thing on the Star Wars? Are they going to do the old switcheroo on the name, like this whole time.
Oh
Like
yeah, different name.
Revenge of the Jedi.
Oh, so what's it called? What's the working title?
The Force,
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens.
Yeah, look, it's better than the Phantom Menace. Fills me with more hope than.
The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Wasn't the Force awake?
Yeah, in those other films. Well and
'cause
truly
all the
stirred
other-
up.
All the other Jedi's are dead.
Yeah,
And
that's
there's
true.
it's down to 2 Jedi's.
It's down to.
And so it awakens again, so I'm assuming that it comes back and other people are now infected by
Well,
it.
I would certainly hope.
Honestly.
I would hope that
You've
the,
seen it, haven't you? You've seen Star Wars before. haven't
I
you?
have seen
They're
Star
not.
Wars.
They're not infected.
They're not
I-
infected?
I would hope-
Midichlorians.
I was kind of hoping with these films coming out that rather than that there's always 2 Sith, a master and an apprentice, that they dispel with that and go, you know what? Let's just have a lot of Sith, and they go, you know what? The Emperor's dead. Anyone can be a Sith because no one can tell me I can't be. And
I just want some more lightsaber action.
Yeah.
More of it.
more, not just lots of Jedi. I want lots of Sith. and
Every
Jedi.
6 minutes there should be a laser battle.
Lasers.
But is it going to be one of those competitions for now? Look what we can do. The 3-headed laser.
Mm.
This one's got a banana for a handle.
I mean, look, the Darth Maul two-ended lightsaber. That was a game changer.
That was
pretty good.
the best part
but
about that
you
movie.
knew that they were going to try and top that, and nothing else is really going to. I don't think they're going to have a shield for
a lightsaber shield.
Oh, I don't know.
If that
There's
happens, that's
gotta
going to
be-
suck.
Well,
You're off the writing team, Oscar.
Yeah.
Pack up your box.
Well, why don't they just make a gun out of the lightsaber?
Oh no! It's far more
And it
graceful
shoots
than
the-
a blaster.
Yeah.
It's a much more civilized weapon. No, much more graceful weapon for a more
Yeah, well,
civilized.
if
age.
I ever come in
Hopefully they go for the non-CG esque makeup and puppetry
Oh,
and
I did
costumes and
I did
whatnot.
see some more clips of on the set, and the guy from Shaun of the Dead, Simon Pegg.
Oh, yeah.
I saw him wetting himself with enjoyment, and then going, "I'm in heaven." And he was wearing like a costume that was going to have a head put on it, so you can't tell it's him.
Right.
But he gets to be in the film, and
Right.
it's on the Tatooine set, and he was creaming himself. He was so happy. And they showed a few other actors. The guy from Attack the Block, and he was like, "I can die now. I can die now."
I
So,
did watch.
Was it Sean from Shaun of the Dead?
Yes,
Because he's in.
No, Simon Pegg.
So he's in the Mission Impossible movies.
Yes.
He's in the Star Trek.
He's
Yep,
in.
Scotty.
He's
Scotty.
in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah, he's.
Is he?
Yeah, no, he isn't. Oh, is he in that?
No,
no,
Martin
it's the
Freeman.
other dude. That's the other
Martin
dude from
Freeman.
The Office.
Oh, the other dude.
The other guy.
Okay.
Well, to me, the other dude, if you're talking Shaun of the Dead, is Nick Frost, the quite chubby. Very
The other
good
dude
character
is in
actor.
most of his other movies.
But,
the Hot Fuzz guy.
So yeah, that dude that was in Hitchhikers, he's the Office dude. He's the Hobbit.
Oh, yeah.
he's in
Ah,
everything.
yes.
But,
That guy's in everything.
But he was in the 3, what did they call it? The Cornetto trilogy, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End.
Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah, so the Cornetto features in all 3 films.
Yeah.
And the way they work it into The World's End, I thought was the best.
Because he's going to buy a Cornetto, isn't he?
Well, no, and I was like, it got to the end, and I was like, "Where's the Cornetto reference?" And then they put it in towards the end.
I've got to watch that again. That was good. That movie.
I thought it
At
very
World's
good on the
End, yeah.
rewatch. And
Yeah.
the dialogue's excellent, and yeah, I think they make a good film. Those boys, and
What
I'll
else?
pretty much watch anything with Simon Pegg in it, or the other guy Frost. But there's 2 films that I've seen coming up with the guy Scotty, Sean,
Scotty.
and one of them looks like they've just redone Bruce Almighty. So,
Really?
different,
Already?
slightly different concept of aliens give one man on Earth all the power in the universe or something, and he can do anything. And based on what he does, they will judge whether humanity gets to join the galactic community
We're boned.
or get obliterated. And so he starts going, "I want to be the president of the United States," and it takes a weird, bizarre turn, and then he wishes that away, and I saw him wish. I wish nobody ever dies. And it becomes
Yeah,
not
I
living dead.
see. Yeah.
He's gone, I didn't mean people should corpses
so
should
it's,
come.
be
So
careful what you wish for.
it's
They take from
big
one
budget
area.
though, and he hasn't done a lot of crap. His track record. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping it's not as shit as it looks.
Yeah,
He'll be good.
yeah.
He chooses. He
hopefully.
chooses wisely.
But
But back to that Suicide Squad. So
Mm.
have you guys seen?
It's a long tangent.
Have you guys seen Dallas Buyers Club?
I
Very
have-
serious film.
I have not.
A guy in it called Jay Leto. He won an Academy Award for playing a transsexual. He just played a gay guy. He wasn't transsexual. A gay guy in the early AIDS era of American intolerance. That's what the film's about. But yeah, he scored an Oscar. He's now the Joker. And yeah, I just wondered who.
so the
your
Joker's
favourite-
in Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
It's
so
the,
I've
it's,
never
it's
really
the Batman.
known.
It's Gotham, is it?
Yeah, so it's all I think about. I think a big part of the story arc is about the creation of Harley Quinn. She was once a doctor or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
She's a
psychiatrist.
psychiatrist.
Yeah, so there's they do a little, bone chilling prequel bit. At the end of the prequel, you see the Joker saying, "I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to hurt you very badly." And he's sort of just. He's not trying too hard. He is genuinely creepy because he's a creepy looking dude, but it's not a great Joker. It's just a skinny Joker with a
Is there a
grill.
Joker in the Gotham, the new
Batman
Gotham
Gotham.
TV? Gotham?
Don't
Have you
know.
watched it?
Nah, I can't be bothered.
No, because I watched one episode of it and then realised it's Bruce Wayne as a child and went, "There's no Batman in this." Forget it.
Forget it.
I'm out.
Yeah.
But you gave it a little slog.
I gave it a six episode flogging,
I got about.
and then
Never again, or-
and then
I got about-
it's just too much content. You just get
Bogged
you get
down in
lost
details.
with what you're
20 minutes
watching.
in, I reckon, and I just went, no.
Too spoiled.
No,
I think.
No,
I prefer
TV
the
shit.
days where there are only 3 programs on.
Yeah.
I
One
did.
of
At
was
the end of
Wild
every
World of
episode,
Sports.
everything got restored back to its former.
No, look, it is better than
Yeah.
say the Wonder Woman series we grew up with. That was shit.
Linda
Well,
Carter.
and then,
The
and then
theme
the
song was
Hulk,
good.
and the Hulk,
yeah.
and then
you
he.
wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change the exact same way as I did every other episode.
Yeah, and
Yeah, they changed the Hulk halfway through it, but then they kept the change scene where that
Yeah, so the actor changed, but then when they did the cut to where he changes, it's the old
They used
guy.
the
the old guy.
Yeah.
Because I don't
well,
wanna
special effects were hard to come
I
by.
That's
mean,
it,
how
the
much
budget.
does it? it's not that
Well,
expensive.
just refilm
$8
it. You
worth
got the
of
dude.
purple.
He's in
makeup.
makeup.
Green paint costs a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but every episode, well, at least once, he'd get into something and then throw a barrel or something, and that was the end of it.
Was
Pretty
the Hulk
much.
ever purple in the comics? Did you see
There was
that?
another Hulk.
There was another
Was,
Hulk.
no, there was a didn't he split off?
Yeah.
Isn't
yeah.
it Bruce? No, in the
Oh.
new ones, Bruce Banner and the Hulk have separated.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah,
Boo.
that's actually not too bad. Not too bad.
I don't know what it is with the Hulk. What is he part of your favourite?
I've read a
God bless
few
ya.
Hulk comics.
Yeah. Do you care about him? Do you
Not
like him
not
as a-
like many, like a few, probably 2.
Yeah.
It's good. Like he's got unlimited power.
He's
Unlimited.
he's
He's
a
the strongest.
team member though. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, how does that work?
he suits well. He suits the Avengers, but doesn't sit well as his own character.
well,
So both those fucking Hulk movies failed, didn't they?
I hope they do.
The,
Well,
the-
I'd
yeah,
be
the Eric
surprised
Banner
if
one
they
and
were.
The Eric Banner one didn't go too well.
Yeah.
and the American History X guy.
What's his name?
I don't know. I don't know his name.
Yeah, we know his name.
Someone out there knows it.
Fight Club.
Yeah.
What's
that
his
guy.
name? That
Yeah.
guy.
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton. There
Thank
you go.
Not to
There
know
it
him.
is. Yeah. But you know, there's still some.
I just the Hulk. I caught when I was house sitting at Shane's. He's got Foxtel. I caught a Hulk cartoon series, Hulk in Space. It was like, this is garbage.
Yeah.
And
Excuse me.
but yeah, the Hulk obviously has his fan base. Like Spider-Man, I don't understand why Spider-Man is so popular.
Well, you know,
neither
I
do
do
I.
like I
Neither
do
do
like
I. I
I
don't
do
understand.
like a
I
good
don't understand.
Spider-Man, but a good comic Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So
Every time
For
I
some
hear
reason they
Spider-Man
can't-
talk, I want to
Yeah, but for some reason they just can't get it right. It doesn't interpret well.
Shoot,
The
If
Well,
they do, they should be banned now from doing any more Origin Spider-Man films.
Yeah.
They've done it like 3 times.
Yeah,
Enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Enough already.
enough with the
The
spider.
spider
bit
bit
already.
him. Yeah,
the
we
spider
know.
bit him.
We,
We
we-
don't
we
need
get
a
that.
new actor of the day going, oh, he's the new...
With great power comes great
Well,
responsibility.
and the other thing about
Sorry, I just
just
fell
going back
asleep.
to Star Wars for a minute, I'm just
Again.
wondering whether Harrison Ford could pull off that character again, because I just watched Expendables 3.
And he's in it.
He's in it.
Is he
and-
looking tired? Is he as
No,
tired
he
as the
could
rest of the
totally,
cast?
like, look-wise, he could totally pull it off. Like, we'll go, oh, there he is, Han Solo.
Yeah.
But I reckon the second he starts to act, we're going to go, he's acting.
I hope not. I hope not.
Harrison Ford is pretending to be Han Solo.
Right.
Or is that Indiana Jones
Well,
pretending to be
Oh, look,
Harrison
I
Ford?
think
Yeah.
out
pretending
of the
to be-
three of them, and I hate to be sexist here, but I feel Princess Leia's got the hardest draw to bow. Bow
The,
to
the
draw.
comeback
It's-
character, you mean?
Well, yeah, she's expressed a lot of distance and disinterest. She's going to be in it.
She's gonna be somewhat of the Queen Amidala role,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
To some degree, where she'll be Queen Elizabeth-esque, on
and out
a
of the-
throne,
out of the three-
hideously overweight.
I think
from Mark Hamill, Harrison, and Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher as a person, I like the most. She's funny. She's she's an odd kettle of fish, and she's done more acid than I have. So I've
That's
gotta
saying
tap my hat
something.
off to her.
Yeah.
And
I think what
Which
they
is
would have
right.
done, the Disney Corporation, when buying it and getting these actors to come in, would have gone, right, now we've got a $10 million budget for facelifts, butt tucks, trainers,
more like-
makeup dudes.
I think it's more like
Carrie
I
Fisher's
think it's
agent
more
would
like
be going.
we have to get him, because if we don't
Right.
and we
We've-
stuff
we've
up this
sunk
first
already.
movie,
Ah.
we're gonna sink the ship.
Yeah,
Again.
again.
Well, now-
and we won't tolerate it.
Now there's a lot
not a
riding
fourth
on
or a
it.
fifth
There's
time,
so much
surely.
more riding on it. Before we would have just gone, yeah, that was really
Well,
great.
it's billions
Good
and
addition to
billions
it,
of
but now
dollars.
it's like, now it better be good.
Better be-
Otherwise, we're
yeah.
out.
You have let us down before.
But we're going to be so cynical. We're going to be like just
Jaded.
Oh come
picking
on!
picking it apart.
I've been excited though. It's been a long time since I've been excited for Star Wars. I was just mentioning to Tim.
What,
before
like
we got
6
on it.
hours or?
No. Do you remember? I remember episode 1 before it had come out. My brother and I sitting down in the cinema, going, "Wow, it's happening! We're watching another Star Wars film."
Mm.
And then we saw it, and it's suckety suck all the fun out of it. I didn't. That Star Wars excitement I've not felt since I think we watched the trailer together.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I thought, wow, I'm
Now
a
the
little kid again.
The fake trailer that
Yeah,
we got
yeah,
faked,
both
faked
times.
out
Oh,
on
yeah.
the trailer. Yeah.
I mean, I got taken in. I'll admit it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I like having that buzz.
Mm.
I didn't like being led down the garden path. Thanks, super nerds who do
Yeah,
that fake
that's right.
shit. And
Speaking
And-
of super nerds, what do you got there, Tim?
I've been into the crawl space in the roof.
You have a
And
crawl
came
space.
Came across some crawl space treasures. When I think it was Phantom Menace came out, and they did the very first sneak preview toy release at Toys R Us.
Yep.
And they had at Chatty, the guy from
Use your words.
Star Wars New Hope, right? TK421, why don't you post? Peter Sumner.
oh,
Right.
nice.
He was there
Wow.
to sign. Got his signature. There it is.
Is that the
To Tim,
only guy they could find?
TK421, do you copy? Lieutenant Paul Tradem. What's that say down
Lieutenant Paul Treatham. So that must have been his role.
there? What, you had a name? You had a character?
So that was the only
Uh,
guy they could dig
That
out.
was well, he was Australian. So there he is.
No, they didn't have to
There he
pay
is.
for any
Then,
travel
when I
time.
was working on the Pacific, which is the series to follow up Band of Brothers,
You worked on that?
Yeah, I
with,
worked on that.
Vanderwood, or?
I don't know the guy's name, but
Yeah.
I stole his script. If that's what you mean.
Were you working in props, or were you?
I did end up working in props. Originally, I was driving, so I had to pick up all the
People.
directors and all the
Cool.
main dudes and bring
I
them
mean,
to
it
the
sucked
office.
as a series. There was no Band of Brothers.
It
not
was,
a Band of Brothers.
wasn't the same, was
It
it?
was not the
Not that
same.
good.
But
Well, it's
the
different.
I've rewatched Band of Brothers. more times than I care to
I've
admit.
watched that start to finish 6 times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Pacific, I don't think I've sat through once.
No, well, there you go. So
You
just
ruined it,
the
Tim.
movie before
Bad
that, the movie before that was Where the Wild Things Are.
Yep.
And the dude that did the puppets for that is the same dude that did the puppet for Yoda,
Oh.
that made the actual puppet,
Cool.
and Jabba, and a couple of the other characters.
Awesome.
He was there, so I got that sign, which is a
Yeah.
picture of Yoda and a guy, David.
And this is in your
Barclay.
crawl space. This would be on.
Yeah,
most
well, I
people's
had a
mantle
box
pride.
of frames and stuff that you previously. They're just sort of realistic. Previously had on the wall, but took them down because I renovated the house,
Oh, yeah.
and I try to tone down the.
Certain people come into the studio that are right into Star Wars.
And they're a bit grabby.
Yeah.
They're a bit
But I intended to stop collecting Star Wars stuff when I acquired
when he became
signatures,
13.
yeah.
But
Right. or a carded, original carded vintage Star Wars figure, which I got as well.
Yeah. I'm
And
not
I got
stopping
the
until I get a restraining order from George Lucas.
I stopped the restraining order. That's good.
And he
But
signed it. Look.
I guess in other things apart from movies, what else
Other
has been
news,
what
other-
else has been
other
going on?
something.
You got a little doggy,
Oh,
didn't you?
I had a birthday. I had a birthday.
Your birthday?
Yeah.
Don't you hate getting older?
And my lovely wife got me a massage from the
I thought
local.
that was going to be a mastiff. That's the dog.
No, well, actually, I got a dog as well. In between that, well, before the massage, but I'm going
Before
to tell
your
the massage
birthday or just
before my
you
birthday.
decided to get a dog.
The
because
dog was before the birthday,
Yep.
a couple of weeks.
The dog
If you want the
wasn't the
timing, the
birthday
exact timing, that wasn't the birthday present. The birthday present was
Sorry, back to the massage.
a massage. That's right. But it was an hour and a half massage, and it's
And your wife gave you this massage, or she paid for it?
she paid for it.
And who gave you this massage?
A sweet lady,
Yep.
sweet nice little lady.
Happy ending?
Well, this is the
Sorry,
thing.
Marcel.
This is the thing. It was a sensual kind of a massage. It's supposed to be.
Above
It's
board,
a-
yeah.
well, no, it's all above board, 100% above
It's
board.
not that kind of
not a
massage
knock
place.
shop. It's
Yeah.
not a knock shop.
But
I
even
know-
though it was called Happy Endings, it's not.
that's
a knock
right.
shop.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's not a knock shop because every time I ask, they say no.
They knock you
no.
back.
Yeah, so it's
It's
called
that kind of knock shop.
it's called like a Visi spa or something like that. So they give you these disposable undies, you see, and
And you know that they just reconstitute.
well, they're like
them
this
in a pack.
papery, they're just these
There.
papery sort
Oh.
of
They're reusing them.
tiny.
They're like something
tiny-
you'd get on an airplane.
Exactly,
These will do for briefs.
exactly. This is your disposable underwears. Here's your slippers. Here's some peanuts. Right.
Oh.
So
I don't wanna
she gives you that. So just slip into this and then lay on the table with your.
You're feeling relaxed now in your
I'm
paper
not
underwear?
relaxing. I'm not relaxing now. No, I'm not because I put the underwears on and they're absolutely tiny, and and. You've got like 1 minute to get your clothes off, get this on, and get on the bed before you know she's going to be tapping on the door going, "Are you ready?"
And it's like, are they filming me? Am I going to be
Oh,
on the next
Definitely filming you.
low budget reality show? Making people awkward. We
Yeah.
make people wear
You sign
paper
the-
underwear.
First,
You
making people naked, then making people awkward.
Yeah.
Sign the waivers.
It's a
before you
two-parter.
leave. So, yeah, I'm putting these underwears on, and I quickly realised that, well, look, I'm not going to fit everything in the front pouch.
You had too many groceries.
The
for
paper
bag.
pouch.
That's right. And so, like, I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I've got it on my stomach anyway, so it doesn't matter. She's like, but I'm sure there's ginger pubes, like,
Escaping.
coming as they're on the.
Don't you hate that? It's like, I don't want to have to shave for a massage.
No,
No.
you shouldn't have to.
Shouldn't
You
have
should
to.
not have to do that.
Yeah.
It's the future,
Um,
goddammit.
Or near hair, or waxing, or electrolysis. But you shouldn't have to do any of that for a massage. So, it's good. It's all going well. It's pretty. As I said, it's pretty sensual kind of a massage. There was a lot of oils going on, a lot of oils, more
Aromatic.
than usual.
Mixing of?
The mixing of oils. There was all kinds of rubbing under stomachs and like legs and stuff, but a lot of oil, right? And so you've basically got to have the superpower of Ultimo boner control
Gotcha.
because I'm a gentleman.
She's
I'm a-
lubing you up.
I'm a
for
ge-
want of
You're a
better term.
you're a paper undie covered gentleman.
that's right. That's
There's
right.
not a lot to hide
That's
your,
right.
your pleasure.
And you know, I go to this place. You know, every couple of weeks I go there get a massage after work. And
Now it's really awkward.
well, look, you don't want to turn over. You don't want to roll over with a screaming member. Or something.
I'm sorry, I'm relaxed. He isn't.
Yeah. So you're supposed to be
very dare you?
you're supposed to be relaxing, but the whole time you're
Stressing.
stressing out because you don't want to do that to this woman. Like she's just there to make some money. You know, it's a job.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that every other dude says something to her, tries something on, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I'm done.
I know this isn't this kind of shop, but
But
look at this,
well,
lady.
it's been pretty rubby.
Yeah.
a bit
Pretty rubby.
You're a bit rubby. Well, so
The way you rub me, I'm sure you don't do that to all the patrons.
no, yeah, I do.
So
yeah.
it
I'm sorry,
counteracted the relaxation.
It
of the
totally
massage.
wiped out the relaxation.
Yeah,
And then I
you-
rolled over. Everything was fine, all above board. But like the underwear's so small that like, you know, and you're
Wasn't
getting
fun.
this hot massage, like everything's loosey goosey down there. Definitely, she definitely saw one of my agates. They definitely.
Yeah, you don't want to, you know.
But now she knows my fucking shame. My one
Your one
tiny
agate
red
shame.
agate.
Sorry, you.
And that's basically the massage story.
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
Uncomfortable.
It wasn't-
Uncomfortable.
Speaking of agates that you didn't want to see, there used to be. I used to do life drawing for an art course, and there was a guy that they dubbed Ayers Rock Balls. And I couldn't understand why, and then he sat for a drawing class, and I was, oh my god, they look like Ayers Rock.
Ayers Rock.
It's got
Those
big,
rock balls.
like oddly shaped agates, or
Or
just one massive rock.
he was
formation.
sitting down for this pose, and you know, life drawing, you try and you know, just turn the brain off, and it's like I'm going to draw the human form, and the wanger is part of the human form.
Sure
when it's
is.
a male, and I'm drawing the wanger, and the way his nuts were sitting, it was like, yeah, if you took away that wanger, that's his rock.
That's just, you had to,
It looked
had
like
to sit there
Uluru.
had to sit there and draw his Olaroos.
And yeah, so my friends, you know, sort of pre-warned me, and then I turned into I had all the maturity of a 12-year-old, and I was like 21 when I was doing this course.
What do you get paid for nude model? Or
Fuck
for
all, fuck
Really?
all. And even more embarrassing was I was doing one for RMIT a good 7 years later, and this black guy was our model, and then I've heard the lecturer go, "Thanks very much, Suleiman," and I've gone, "Suleiman, oh my god, I went to primary school with that dude."
Ah.
And yeah, he caught me looking at him when I heard his name, and he's
Ah.
looked at me and he's gone, "Hey," and
Yeah.
I
I
had
do
to go.
remember that wang.
Yeah.
I thought I
You've
saw
seen-
that
you've
wang.
seen my
somewhere.
wang.
Yes, but it got a lot bigger since when I
Well,
saw it as a
the
kid.
drawing class that I did at the animation course, we had a guy in that he's from Pakistan, and
I'm
he'd
from
never
Pakistan. I'm very
he'd never
sensual.
seen a naked woman in the flesh in the reality.
Oh, really?
And we did the drawing class, and he was just like, "Yeah, this is the greatest. This country is the
This is the
greatest
best
country in the
country.
Oh
world."
my god!
Yeah, it was unreal.
He's got the internet, yeah?
Well, we're talking early days. He's a
Hey.
student. He's out. He's a student here.
I
The only
guess,
access he's got is at the library at the school.
You can't,
This-
you can't whack
that's-
off in the library.
What about the
No,
service
not
station
anymore.
that has all the penthouses and the...
No, but he's seeing one.
You
He's not
can-
buying a magazine. He's seeing a naked chick. For
He's
the first
seeing a
time.
naked woman. It's different to her.
yeah, right.
It's not
right,
like he
right.
hasn't seen a naked woman.
Right, I
He's
was going to say,
seeing
because you
a
can
naked
find, you can see
woman.
that.
You can see naked. Well,
oh,
now
you're seeing it.
Oh, men
now
have
you
been...
just turn on your phone and you see naked.
Yeah,
women.
it's all those images you've saved.
But
Yeah.
no, I just get on the net and I search for popcorn reviews, bag tits. And
Yeah.
it's like
There's
that.
your popcorns.
If I ever die, can one of you guys be the first one to go into my house and just erase... So just
Before-
burn the computer. Just
Yeah.
like
Just destroy it.
the browser history
Yeah.
must go.
Take care of that for me, will you? There's as your
Yeah.
dying words. What is that? What is it? I think it's on Family Guy. Erase my browser. That's great. Now, when I drive my wife to work every day, Yes, I am. I drive close to your house, and there's a where the old McDonald's used to be, near sort of Willen's McDonald's.
Yeah.
And
Veg now?
I think it's a Pet's Paradise warehouse
Okay.
sale place.
Pretty sure it's anyway. I don't know.
And in that little block there's one of those guys that dresses up as the character of the store that he's promoting. You know what I mean?
The
Spook
lowest
up.
form of mascot work.
It is the lowest. Oh, it's under mascot, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
It would be.
Oh,
But
way
you
up.
are
It's
mascot.
it's
But
like
this dude-
dudes need that on their resume. You know, I did it for Crazy Stan's House of Slacks. Okay, you can try out for being a.
Yeah, you don't just become the mascot.
Yeah.
That's like upper.
No, well, I suspect that
I was the
this
Easter
is the
Bunny
thing,
at the
right?
Spring
The
Parade,
woodpecker,
sorry.
Yeah,
the
it's
woodpecker
Easter
character is for woodpecker fireplaces or something,
Okay.
which took me about a year to work that out.
So is he giving it the goods? Is
He's not giving it the goods. And now this is the thing, right? Every morning you would suspect that he's got headphones on.
Yep.
He's dancing a jig. No one's going to know who you are, ever.
So cut loose.
Cut loose. Go crazy, right? Point to the store for starters. Don't just stand there. Like the
I've seen the
woodpecker,
guy.
the woodpecker costume, like the
It's not great, is it?
the mask has crooked eyes.
Yeah.
So when he's standing there looking like an absolute dero,
He looks
you
like
know
a
what I
stone
mean?
crow.
Like, yeah,
not
that's
a Woody
right.
not
It's
a
just
not a
like,
Wiley
what the hell?
woodpecker.
No.
And then because he doesn't know when the traffic's coming the other way, so sometimes when we're coming this way, he's facing the other direction, waving, and then it's not until we go past. he
I'd
turns
throw
around
some
and goes, "Oh,
birdseed
it's
at
just
him and go,
traffic."
get your act together.
I think it must be the nephew or something of the owner. Like, I'll give him a job. Yeah, okay, out on the street.
I think the problem is that the costume's terrible. I've seen this guy.
No,
It is, but does
I
it
would-
work?
I-
Does it
I would
work? This is
hope-
the thing, right? Does
I
it-
would hope it's somebody inside that costume whose will is broken because he has a drama major and that's the only job center.
Well, I think I think
Yeah,
that.
you're a performer.
He went to NIDA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a job that involves acting and expression.
But
Is it NIDA?
but you would
It is
NIDA.
NIDA?
NIDA's the
Okay,
big
I just- I
acting
don't
school.
know.
you would wanna put a bit into it, right? And does it work?
No. Well, speaking of Easter Bunny, I had to don the costume for a while,
Yeah, it sounded
You
like
did?
you knew a lot about this.
and I worked. So
Subject.
I was in my 30s, and I was working with I wasn't in charge of these kids. I was simply the most mature. So all the other people I was working for were like 18 at the most.
Mm.
And I knew that they were young because the guys had permanent hard-ons. They were just, we'd have a lunch break and they'd go, look at that. Oh, wouldn't you love that? I'd be looking at them like, yeah, maybe when I was 16 and, and I hadn't been laid and all I could think about was sex in the summer because every woman looked
Sex
hot.
in the summer.
And
This summer, it's all about doing it.
and so it was a bunch of young guys, and one of them bought his girlfriend, and I could tell he was getting some, and his mates hadn't yet.
But you were in the suit and on the go.
Well,
were you a player?
Basically, we had to work together. One of us would get in a suit, and there was about 5 different costumes, and the other one would walk with you,
The
not in
guide.
a suit,
The bouncer.
The
and
guide.
stop kids kicking you in the ass.
And did you cop a bit of that?
I copped a thick shake on my butt, but I didn't feel it. But the costume, I had a pink bunny ass. And
Well, after in the summer heat, it started to
So
smell a bit and
I-
it fermented and
oh, it was pretty. So it was a flower show, and that's in spring, and it was hot in those outfits. But we had a Mad Hatter outfit, a bunny outfit, and I forgot what the third one was. But yeah, they were all pretty.
And did you give it
disgusting
some,
by
or
the
did
end
you
of it.
just do the old silent wave and shake the hand business? Because
I hate to say it, do you know it? Because you got kids coming up all the time. I did the Humphrey B. Bear thing of patting them on the head, you
Right.
know, and clapping my hands. It was just like something to do.
I
There you
can't
go.
touch you. I legally cannot.
Yeah.
But
Like,
that's a whole different league to standing on the street and
oh no,
pointing
they'd
to the
have to
place of
train and
business.
work up to what I did. I
Okay, yeah,
I-
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't just. The woodpecker's not just going to go and put the Mad Hatter costume on at the flower show. Tim.
Yeah, some pecker.
There's just
isn't
no
just
way.
gonna-
I
We're not
always
just
wanted
gonna
to
let
do a
any
show
pecker
called
do it.
Senior Mascot Action, and it would be footage of mascots
Ugh.
misbehaving,
Ooh.
or fighting,
I like it.
I download that.
and
That'd be a YouTube channel.
yeah,
think.
So what does it say it again?
Senior Mascot Action, and it would just be
Senior mascot action. Kind of, it's a
Like
bit
senior
arousing.
citizens or just like
Citizen,
just found
citizen
footage
mascot
or
arousal.
footage you set up to make
What?
to look real. But So I had another idea for the internet.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought of a sketch.
Porno?
No. Just,
No, they do that, don't they?
Yeah.
That's covered. Other people do it better,
Yeah.
I'm sure. But so Australian birds
Mm.
often get taken as bird poaching.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking of having a documentary-style short little film about, Reg Farnsworthy's always swears at birds, and he's a farmer, and you see him having dinner with his kids, and he's swearing a blue streak out the window at the cockatoos.
Yeah.
And then he goes so far as to put recordings of him swearing in the native forest.
Yeah.
And it's really foul, derogatory stuff. And they're like, why do you do this, Stan? And he's like, well, there's a lot of bird poaching around here, and if we teach Australian birds to talk foul enough, that'll stop happening. And then you cross to a scene of like the Arab Emirates, and you have a man in a turban going, I want to show you the pride of my collection. It's a sofa-crested cockatoo from South Australia. Hey, g'day, you cunt. Shut the fucking gate, you ragged. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I can see
Speaking of...
Sorry to use that term, by the
No,
way.
that's fine.
But that was in the
it's in context.
in the context of comedy, and
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to think that there's anything funny about that term. Any more disclaimers I need to say?
probably we'll
I
listen
think
back
you
and we'll cover it all.
I'm sorry for talking about genitals earlier.
Yeah.
I
We've
say
all
I've said
got it.
agates about 18 times. 19.
Agates is a good word.
Agates is
It
good.
A good word to talk about. It's probably safer than nuts.
I saw something just on the bird tip.
Yeah.
I think it might have even been tonight or one night this week. They're going to do a massive culling of seagulls.
Are they really?
Really?
Seagulls, yeah.
So you didn't stop at miners.
They've had enough.
They've had enough because they all hang out at the local tips.
Do they?
The waste management.
There's not many pigeon culls here, is there?
Not
They
enough.
do that in America, don't
Not
they?
enough. Yeah, a lot of American.
So
pigeons.
so you would
There is one in the city. They just kept it very quiet. And
Mm.
one of those. Have you ever been opposite the casino where the train lines go from Spencer Street to Flinders Street?
I think so.
Underneath them, there are some rather large pigeon houses in towers.
Oh yeah, I have
Some
seen
of
that.
those
Yeah.
were sort of glorified pigeon traps. And they'd make it a habitat for almost a year, and then they'd turn it into a trap. And they just
It's a slow burn.
no, but
Yeah.
apparently the impact to the pigeon population, not even 1% was reduced.
Yeah, because they let it grow for another year.
Well, you got to let more cats out of their houses because
more
they're
feral cats.
more feral
Yeah,
cats.
that's what we need.
So
Then we import apes to
I'd say to get rid of the
And then you gotta
cats,
get the giraffes to eat the apes,
yeah.
and then you get an elephant to eat the giraffe.
And
That's
sure
what they eat,
the
isn't it?
food web is so
different than that?
I think it's a little bit
I
different.
thought it's just
Well,
bigger
why
eats
didn't we
smaller.
import something
big-
to
oh, you
eat
might
the
be right.
toads? You know, we needed something.
No,
more
you
tough.
lick the toads. You don't eat them.
Don't
Like
lick
I
them.
keep telling you this, you gotta lick them. If you eat them, you'll get sick.
Lick 'em, you get it.
We've been through this already. Yeah. So
Yeah, sorry, no more toad licking talk.
No,
we've
no.
covered that topic.
X-nay on the ode.
I mean,
Lick
we'll talk
toad.
more about other
Don't
hallucinogens,
know.
but yeah, we've done toad licking, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, I've never licked a toad.
Yeah,
No, I haven't done
we
it.
established that.
No.
You know, we definitely. have
Although
talked
I've
about
had some horrible girlfriends.
this.
Thank you very much. I'm here all night. Actually, no. Well, yes, I am here all night. I live here. You guys will be leaving.
Yes.
Obviously, shortly the way things are
And
going.
you will not be here all night.
As soon as.
Yeah.
Lingerers. We were talking about that before, weren't we?
TurnstileRecords.net is brought to you by walkerdigital.com.au. We take great care in personalising the look and feel of your business website, paying attention to every last detail to ensure the optimum user experience. Use Walker Digital for web design, hosting and support, and online marketing. walkerdigital.com.au.
Hello, Coffee Colonic. How may we serve you?
Hi there. I was wondering what types of colonics you have there.
Coffee Colonic, sir. In fact, we have a new exciting range of coffees blended specifically for your ass.
Oh, in that case, I'll have the straight up latte.
Try Coffee Colonics, because if you're having a colonic, it may as well be flavored.
Double Bunty Burger, special double Bunty Burger. Bunty Burgers, they're Burger Bunty hot.
You don't have to sing like a regular Pavarotti to enjoy a soul hot water service. Just order one online and we'll be out within 24 hours to give you a quote. Soul hot water services.
So there was something else movie-wise I wanted to bring up.
Mm.
I asked you before we went on air, Tim, but Jeremy, have you ever seen the short film Pixels that was on YouTube? Real video games spliced in with real life. So you had space invaders destroying buildings.
No.
You had so based on this very cool little short film, somebody has decided we can get a feature out of this, and they've made that. Okay, in the 80s, we did a time capsule. We sent it into space. It was misunderstood, and aliens come back using video games to destroy us, which is very like a Futurama episode.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
And but this film has got Adam Sandler and the guy from Mall Cop, Paul. You know, so it can
God.
only be so good.
It's going to be fucking terrible.
But well, it should be. By all rights, it should be. But the guy
Paul
from
Blart Mall Cop. Or
okay, I'm not saying this is an endorsement of quality, but I like this guy, and I pretty much will watch him in anything. Is that the dwarf from Game of Thrones, Peter Dinklage?
Oh, yeah, he's good.
So he's in it, and he's
yeah.
the Donkey Kong champion, and he comes out of jail to
fight Donkey Kong.
fight Donkey Kong.
That's cool.
And there was a scene of him playing two arcade uprights back to back, like he was playing them both at once, and it looked cool. Like,
So you saw a preview of this, you're saying?
Yeah, I saw it on
you
the-
just saw the 6 jokes in the movie. And
Well,
then back to back.
no,
for the preview.
I
Yeah,
watched
that's right.
it, and
So
I
you've
thought,
seen the
you know
movie
what?
already.
There'll be funny bits. There'll be bits in this that I will like. That won't be maybe super funny. They'll just be a nice retro
reference.
video game
yeah.
reference. And I knew when I saw the shorts for Wreck-It Ralph, I was going to see it. I know I'm going to see this film, and I know it's probably going to be.
Wreck-It Ralph
crap.
was good.
Oh, it was
wasn't
great. I bought it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
bought it.
Oh, did you?
I had the experience of seeing it in a cinema all on my own,
Oh.
and that was great. So
That's always a
when
sign you're under a winner.
Well, when I realised, so I went at 9:00, and it's a kids' film, and they had night sessions. So I
Of
went
course.
at night, and and it was a Tuesday night, and no one was there. So what did I do?
You
It
drank
was-
yourself silly.
Well, it was still the ads. So yeah, I went across to the shopping mall, bought myself some beer, and I was thoroughly drunk by the end of it. And then a dude came in at the end to clear up the wrappers, and he was like, "Whoa, somebody's in here."
What was he doing in there?
But I had to watch it for the. So if you watch all the credits, and the end credits are one of the highlights of the film, they have like a real 80s pixel rendered, the characters in it, Wreck-It Ralph and the little girl. They have her with Ryu smashing up a car
Oh, nice.
from the
that's
the
nice.
bonus section of
Yeah,
Street Fighter. And then then the screen jumps to the side and Blanca bites Ralph's head and electrocutes him. And I was like,
yeah.
I love this film. This is unreal. And it ended with a kill screen, which to me was
Yeah,
touch
that's a
of
good
class.
little. And that Street Fighter game, man, that would just blew everything away. Well, Double Dragon was the first thing that.
I had the upright Street Fighter
Karateka.
2.
Do you remember that?
Oh, Karateka, yeah, man.
Had 2 joysticks, and you could be a guy in a red gi or a guy in a white gi.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it was
The
very
original
cool.
Ken and
Ken and
Ryu. That's
Ryu.
what Ken and Ryu were based on, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
Oh,
had
that's a
you
fact,
had
by the way.
you had the
I had an
Street
upright.
Fighter
Street
machine.
Fighter upright, yeah.
What happened to that? You sold it?
It was our brothers, Steve, and
Yes.
then he let me have it for a while before he sold it.
Thanks,
That's
brother.
Oh, well, I had it for 2 years, man, and
did
in the end, I just
Yeah, you done it
could
all.
not.
Who's your
Handle
favourite character?
I would probably always pick like Ken or Ryu.
Yeah, I always pick Ken
I was a chick. I got the
You
best
got- you got
results
the
with
Chun-Li.
Chun-Li.
because you can jump off that wall. That's
Oh, was
mad.
that
But then
spinning?
I guess
that spinning
second,
upside down.
Ah,
kick?
second
yeah.
I always seem to pick E Honda as well.
Oh, I could never play him well,
Back,
but
back,
I
forward.
liked him. And
back, forward, back, forward. And
for
does
Yeah,
that
and then
floating,
you tap the
floating
button.
attack.
And
You
then
tap
what
the
about
button.
Did you guys?
Mortal Kombat? I'm the guy with the hat every time. Right?
Not
Raiden.
yeah, Raiden.
Raiden.
I would attribute
Raiden.
me
was
not
always
doing too well in
Scorpion.
my
Sub-Zero.
not doing too well in my Year 12 exam because I stayed up all night playing
Mm.
Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah, I think Mortal Kombat had big impact on Australia's intelligentsia.
Yes,
a lot
it
of people
did,
failed
it
uni
did.
because of.
No, we played the shit out of it. Do
I
you
watched
remember that?
I watched
That
Good Game
and
recently.
Tony Hawk, we played the shit out of it.
Oh,
as
and
well.
also that. Sorry, mate.
right.
F-Zero.
Oh yeah,
F-Zero, the
That
hover car.
great
Oh
racing
my
game.
God,
I
And
can't drive, but I
don't
love,
get into
I love
don't get into
F-Zero.
driving games, but that
was
just,
a great game.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
still play that.
I
Like,
love that game, man.
yeah, on the NES.
Yeah, the
and
NES.
then McGinty bought the one. What was the console after the Super NES? The 64.
Super NES.
So he bought a Nintendo, and he bought an F-Zero
64, I think.
sequel, and it had like 40 cars,
Oh yeah.
and the tracks were harder.
Mm.
And it wasn't perhaps as much fun because they'd taken the cues from Mario Kart and you could go off the edge.
Oh yeah.
I kind of liked you hit the edge, you lose points because there were buffers or the stuff that sapped your energy, but you didn't blow up or
Yeah,
go
that's
off
right.
the track. But all of a sudden, you had to be a much better racer.
Yeah, and then the games they
I-
developed too quickly. I think. Like I tried to play a basketball game. I don't know, a couple of years ago on a Xbox.
Yeah,
And it was basketball version 20 or EA Sports 20 or
Yeah.
whatever. And I could barely.
get your head around it.
I
You
do
can't. You
wonder
just go on
that,
the
right?
controller list
Yeah.
of what the moves are, and it's.
It's
you've
like
gotta-
this is a game. Where's
Yeah.
this is a learning curve, not a game.
Yeah, so
that's right.
realistically, I haven't played a computer game since back in the days, right? So I don't have a console. I don't have games.
Mm.
I don't know,
That's
but-
why I watch good
So
games.
if I wanted to jump from, let's just say, not Atari, but Nintendo and Sega and PlayStation 1. If
Yeah.
I jumped to now, I'd have no hope
you'd
of
be screwed.
working out any games. Like
no.
it was, they progressively teach you how to use stuff, every model that comes up. Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
so you would get
Oh,
more
well,
dexterous with the
I was
controllers.
watching E3 and they were going this sword game. We've totally changed the mechanics. I was like, yeah, that sounds kind of cool. And they were like, we just want to eliminate the fact that so many combat games you can get by with button mashing. And I think that's been the case for
Yeah.
a while. The
And that's
kids-
what hand-to-hand combat, the Tekken style
yeah.
Street Fighter games, that they're mashable.
I
pads.
always found Tekken very, very. People were like, "How'd you do that? How do you think? I don't know. I'm just pressing buttons."
yeah, just randomly pressing.
Well,
buttons, you
my
idiot.
guilty. Oh, sorry. Did you finish about the second?
Yes.
Top Tekken.
My guilty pleasure for all game when I do play a game, sit down on a Thursday night or something, have a game. It's always boxing. Like every console, I get the new
Wow.
box. Always boxing.
Foxy boxing.
Any boxing I can get my hands on. I like smashing animated faces.
Did you
in-
enjoy the arcade classic Punch Out? Put 'em away.
Oh yeah,
Right hook.
yeah,
Right hook.
That was
Ball,
pretty good.
bull.
yeah.
Piston
Go
hurricane.
with the green gloves and the red
Yeah.
gloves. Yeah.
Yeah. that
So,
was-
like when I was playing boxing and I'm getting right into it, and then I got the new Xbox, got an Xbox, and I thought, well, I've got to do that Xbox Live thing because I've been
playing with other characters.
Yeah, because I've been playing boxing so long, and I reckon I'm pretty good at this. Like I'm gonna get a
10-year-old toy
subscription.
you asked?
Well, I couldn't win a round. I played it for like 3 days in a row, and these twos are just like annihilating me. And
Wow.
I gave up. I turned it off the Xbox, and I have not turned it on for 6 months.
Shamefully.
The shame.
Shame of it all.
I don't
Got
like
my
this
ass whipped.
international. I don't like this competitiveness where people can play each other and so at the pub, they've got a new shooter game,
Excellent.
like Duck Hunter or Buck Hunter, but it looked really cool. It's got retro graphics, and I was watching the dude really kick some ass on it,
Mm.
and I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. I'd play that shooting game, and then afterwards he'd kick so much ass he got to key in his name, not just 3 letters like we had. He put in his name, and then it had. I shouldn't say where I work. It said
Because you won't be working there next
with
week.
another pub. So it was like, I don't work here, people, but it said like
The Bush
Jeffrey
Inn.
Robinson, the Sandbelt Hotel,
Mhm.
and then I've looked, and it's got people in hotels in WA. It's all these Australian
it's-
pubs, and it's like, yeah, I'm the record
It's all
holder
linked.
for.
It's all linked in.
It was linked in, and so suddenly it's not who's the king of that machine; it's who's the king of Australia in
Right,
the big
that's
buck shooter.
Pretty cool.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
And I could see, for want of a better term, a lot of young drunken bogans pumping money into this sucker,
Definitely.
because they could get, fame. Oh, look at that! maintain RSL. I'm the best shooter.
You get what
What? Somebody in Sydney, Fortune City beat me. What?
You get what you pay for with
it's still more than 3 letters now, though, isn't it?
That's right. Well, that's
It's a whole
that's,
name. It's a
That's what I was going to say. Like, you get what you pay for. So, like, back when our day, you pump in your 40 cents and you get to put in three measly letters if you
OSK.
win. But now it's
Ace.
$2, $2 at least to play that buck hunting game. And for $2, I want my name to be on every machine in Australia.
Yeah.
You know,
And I would. I also wondered too with the we live in a post-gauntlet world where suddenly games aren't meant to be played on 1 credit. It's about how many credits you put in if you want to finish the sucker.
that's
Yeah,
right.
that is right.
For me, Gauntlet was the first rip-off game. There's no way you could be.
Give us a quick synopsis of Gauntlet. Which one
Never
was it?
enough. So
The maze
it was.
is it a maze one?
It was a view from the top.
Yeah,
it was
overhead maze.
Dungeons and Dragons like game.
Yeah.
4 characters, so it was one of the first games to have classes. Your rogue class was an elf.
Mm-hmm.
You had a wizard as your mage class, and he had the best firepower. He shot out fireballs, and he had the best rate of
He'd be purple.
firepower.
Would he be
And
purple?
you play together, yeah?
Yeah, and
Yes.
the elf was quicker. Like he could move quicker than the warrior could take more damage and had the best constitution. And then they had one called Valkyrie, or the way the Americans, Valkyrie is about to die. And she was just another warrior class. But I always thought it was cool that out of 4 characters, at least one was a chick, and she was a kick-ass chick.
Was she hot?
Valkyries, from my memory, were
Pixelated.
armor-clad, pretty hot chicks.
Pixelated hotness.
Oh no! Look, it was a view from above. So while you could see down her computer cleavage, it was a nice,
A bit
Yeah.
boxy.
There's a
a bit
couple of-
boxy. Yeah. She's a bit square, but yeah, there was not enough food on any given level, and it didn't matter how good you were going to die.
Right.
And I saw 4 guys playing it, and I was like, yeah, that's how you play it. You cover each other's back, and then I realised, they'd all put in credits. They all had multiple credits in the machine.
Yep. It sounds like you're describing the 2-minute, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Game.
arcade.
Well, that
was
was the
rad.
first 4-player to come after that, and then Trog came along. And Trog was a game where you played a little dinosaur, but if you ate an egg, you could become a T-Rex, and then you could eat cavemen. But when you weren't a T-Rex, you had to avoid the cavemen because they'd club you to death.
Mm-hmm.
And
that old chestnut.
bit of a Pac-Man rip-off.
That'll happen.
But I always thought I always wondered with Ninja Turtles, could you be good enough? If you were good enough if there were 4 people who were really good fighters.
Well, it was
But
like
you couldn't. You
it was
Bash,
the
button bash,
expanding the Double Dragon world. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always the same thing. Like, the same amount of people would come out. So if you played 2 players, it wouldn't lessen the amount of foes.
Damage you got. Oh no, you'd always get more foes for more players you played. That was
Yeah.
a gauntlet principle. So it didn't really matter if you were a single player. You didn't get it any easier by having more players on the board. There were always more
Should
enemies.
spend the time to look on YouTube and look up people's personal arcades, the ones they've built in their basements, stuff like that.
yeah.
Oh my god,
I
something else.
every now and then at work, I don't have any money, and I go into the newsagents and I look at magazines that I'm not going to buy.
Sir, this is not a lending library.
This is not a quickie mart. And I always pull out Retro Gamer, of which I've bought 1 copy that I love. And when I read the other ones, I just go, oh man.
And today in Retro Gamer, we're reviewing the game Pac-Man. Not again.
1942, the game changer.
Yeah.
You said that last
Next
year.
week, Space Invaders. An exclusive.
But they do have articles of guys going, yeah, so I get all my consoles from storage containers, and you just see this guy,
Oh,
and he's like, so I bid on this container, and I didn't know what was in it, and it turns out, hey, and it's like
Oh,
six
I went
upright
to a studio in a suburban suburb. I won't say where because it's the only one in that suburb. But this guy had just so much equipment, like ridiculous amounts of equipment of everything. Like a 30-channel console, 7 guitars, banjos, 2 drum kits,
How do people afford
guitars.
to acquire all
Yeah,
this?
well, this is what and road cases for everything. It's like, man, I gotta ask you, where are you stealing all this stuff from?
'cause you can't be
Because you
buying.
cannot. You cannot be like what do you call these things?
Piano
Those things?
accordions.
Piano
Tim.
accordions. Yeah, I
He's
was
making
putting that.
motions with his hands.
I knew what you
Yeah.
meant, but I didn't think that was going to...
This kind of stuff, and he goes, oh, yeah. Well, one of those storage places. Yeah, when
That's where he gets it.
Yeah, when they exceed their 2-month limit and they haven't contacted the people, they just
Sell the
sell
shit.
it off, and he was getting first dibs of everything,
Oh.
and most of it had equipment in it. Of course it
'Cause-
did.
Why?
Oh man, it's
Why,
just the
of
worst.
course?
Imagine that going
Well, when I
back
was
to the
in
container,
Sydney,
like
When I was in Sydney,
that's
I
the
walked...
only stuff I didn't want to lose. The
Yeah.
only stuff.
I walked past one of those joints
Ouch.
in Sydney, and it had got past the auction, and there was all this stuff out, like unbinnable rubbish. Free. Anyone who wants it, this is free. And I picked up a Game & Watch.
Records.
You know,
Oh,
just-
really?
Off a bench, and I was like, hey, do you want... He's gone, mate, take as much as you can. We just want to throw it away. And I was just like, that's really sad, because there was some good stuff there. And it was all sort of worth money.
You'd think
to
that
the right person.
they would say, right, we'll call the salvos, and
And
then
They can't do that. They can't do that though because
some-
electrical
everybody's
items.
already.
Found or
But everybody's already dumping stuff there. So like, if the auction houses start dumping there,
not dumping. You call up the
dumping.
guys that run it and say, look,
admit
at the end of this auction, we're gonna have all this shit left over. You guys come and get it if you want it.
It's funny
Does
you say dumping, because there's a St. Vinny's near me in Hampton, and they've paid a lot to have an extension so that they now come right to the footpath, because they used to be set back a bit, like 2 meters, and every week that 2 meters
they would just fill up.
fill up with crap.
Yeah, like the one
Now
across
that
the
they're-
road in Pinewood is very small little group of shops, and dudes just take a big
Dumped.
old
I'm
school.
people would want 7
dump.
mattresses that are stained. I'll drop them.
I'll
Yeah.
dump a load of stained mattresses.
This is a
right on
perfectly
your
good
front
mattress, so we'll just donate it to over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, put this here.
So
And we've got the perfectly good couch. We'll just donate that over here.
I heard a great
And,
Rosie Perez story. Rosie Perez was the hot chick from Do the Right Thing.
Oh yeah.
And she was going, I was so poor when I was
Oh,
growing up in
yeah.
Brooklyn.
I was so poor.
Yeah. You know,
Coffee.
she's so hot. I'll
Why are
just
you so
hang
poor?
on- hang on
Tell
on
me all about
every-
it, Angel Boobs.
Yeah. And, she's going, we were so poor. All we had for Halloween was... Sorry, before we get to walking.
Continue, Angel Boobs.
And she said, you know, me and there were a lot in her a lot of kids in her family, and the only costume they had was a sheet, and it was a pretty manky sheet by description, with holes cut out. She's going, you know, these sheets had blood on them. They weren't meant to be scary. They had blood on them.
That's scary.
And yeah, so 3 of us would go out trick or treating, and then we were so poor we had to go back, and then we'd swap sheets. And then the other kids would get the costume to go out trick or treating.
Whatever happened to that chick?
She's a director now.
Oh, that
So
makes
yeah,
sense,
I've got
yeah.
a new vortex to go down with YouTube.
Oh yeah.
It's called Dinner for Five.
Oh
and,
yeah.
yeah.
Tell me about that. So that's good.
I started watching it because I saw an episode with Kevin Smith, J.J. Abrams, Stan Lee, Jason Lee, the ex-skater,
Yeah, yeah.
and Mark Hamill
Sweet.
All in the same place at the same time.
in a restaurant, talking, smoking, and
Holy
just
shit.
talking industry shit. And then I was like, wow, they've got whole seasons of this on YouTube, and it's ace. I mean, Peter Falk,
man.
Fonzie's on one episode,
Cool.
and they do
Henry
talk.
Winkler.
And they talk
that
about.
poor bastard.
Well,
Still
they talk
being
about
called-
jumping the shark as if it's something new. So I'm
And
thinking these shows are old. But
Right.
Will Farrell shines. He is such a funny dude and such a nice guy. I'd like pretty
And
much
you know
watch
that,
him bake a cake.
What's
You know
called?
that Mrs. C on Happy Days was sleeping with Fonzie. So in reality,
What?
Mrs. C had actually seen Fonzie's Henry Winkler.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So I didn't get to say that joke.
Uh,
That's crazy.
what was it called? I'm going to write that down.
Henry Winkler.
Okay, so not party of 5, dinner for 5.
Dinner for 5.
And
Henry's-
from that,
Henry's Winkler.
I did come across a lot of really cool Kevin Smith links, and yeah, he He
never stops talking.
No.
He said some cool shit amongst all that
He's great.
talking.
No, and
I
then
like
and you know
I
you
like
you got to admire the fact that
I think he's
you
original.
can. There's enough to say
think so.
about nothing. Do you know what I mean? Like we struggled to come up with something. To talk about
Educational or
in here.
edifying or entertaining, but he's all three at all times.
Mm.
Or a lot of the time he is. I mean,
Well,
the man's not a
percentage.
god, but
No, that's
God,
right.
he's entertaining.
Mm.
Man,
So
Who's going to have that last beer?
probably
it's
not
not
me.
mine. I've already had my quota.
Oh well, then it's
That's
mine. Then you
yours.
punks. Well, look, we're approaching the hour mark. Did you know that?
Is that?
Yeah, we're in about 3 or 4 minutes. It's an hour.
I think I've pretty much.
Have we wasted people's time enough?
I reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon you've wasted my time for
Yeah,
sure.
enough. That's enough.
I'm going to go
Um,
home to my new little doggy Frankie. It's a
and
girl,
look,
everyone.
there's
Frankie is also a girl's name.
I see what you did
My-
there. It's
my-
a twist.
Yeah, it is. There's a twist. My
Mate of
dog's.
mine called his daughter Charlie.
That's
Yeah, that's
confusing.
acceptable.
It's confusing.
It's confusing.
I disagree with him.
It's,
Oh,
it's,
I
it's
agree.
not a girl's name.
Let's
It doesn't
agree,
say girl's
let's
name
agree
to
to
me.
disagree
Let's-
to agree.
Although-
Disagree to agree.
Did
Let's
you
agree
guys
on
ever
that.
see So I Married an Ex-Murderer?
Of
Great,
Several
course.
times.
great Mike Myers film.
More times than
I
we
always
should have.
found that chick Ralph really sexy and thought, man, if I had a daughter, maybe call her Ralph. And I was
Yeah.
like, no, it's another name for throwing up.
Yeah, and
Heat. Pence, new.
yeah.
He's oh, I went offside with that. He's going to be crying himself to sleep tonight in his wee big pillow.
Huge pillar.
He's got a head the size of a
It's like sputting at
giant planet.
Oh, and a special shout out to Stewie out there, R.I.P. Stewie.
Oh yeah, the original Stewie, who
Yes.
we would swear that character was based on. Really, growing
Yes,
up.
Stewie.
So look, you know, I'm going to take charge and
upon us.
well, I'm taking charge and I'm going to run the outro music.
Sure.
I think it's running now. You can hear it coming up.
There it is.
Wait.
There it is. Yeah. Well, I'm going to sign off. Do you want to
Goodbye from Roonie.
I will never be back.
Oh, you're done.
No, this is Jezbot.
I'm Sean Connery.
Pork.
I don't think he is. No, I'd have to practice. Yeah, well,
Just say Angel Boobs.
I'm signing off. My name is Timmy Taco, aka Angel Boobs.
The escape pod.
What if there are droids in the escape pod? The sensors wouldn't pick them up.
Escape pod sounds really nice.
Well, boys, it's a very lovely ship. I think you should look out. Goodbye.